As we know, they have great players to really follow up that information. You're looking at Pino, you're looking at Muzi, those two main players that we always come back to, one of the scariest duos in the world. If you can set them up for success, it gives NIP everything to go off. So I 100% respect the Clash pick. How are MIBR going to deal with this? Hopefully, because it has been featured, they should have something prepped for this. Gonna smoke off the cross, and this will allow them to actually try and Thermite, but they don't have Spiral cover! And Pino already punishes MIBR for a mistake that should never have happened!
It's a round-winning double kill there from Pino. You're going to lose out on your hard breach, you lose out on Reduct on the Twitch, there to provide the smokes, there to provide that cover, and it was there on long desk, but nobody in control of Spiral. The diffuser has been recovered now. Psycho's found one over onto Lukid. Raps, there's still going to be a player playing downstairs. It's going to be Pino, and he is going to punish Felipox, finding himself a triple. Raps gets a frag upstairs on the long desk onto Psycho, but at this point it's likely to be impactless. He is dying from the Clash shield as Kamikaze can just further waste the time. I'm expecting Pino to fly in from somewhere at a moment in time, but Raps will find himself a second. 30 seconds left to play in a 3 versus 1. It will be a monstrous clutch if he was able to pull it off, but there's just too much intel here available for NIP. Pino to finish things off there. A massive quad kill there on this approach. There was a C4 in Pino's hand for a time, but Lukid has opened up the soft wall just to give himself another bit of an angle to work with. And Inox tracker is going to come out now. A swing from Pino. He's going to take a huge chunk of damage. Eventually will be downed. Desperately trying to get himself down that hatch, as it's very likely he could be revived here. He's already safe. Manages to drop and will be secure. For Felipox, he's able to take down Muzi. The players on the side of NIP have been chipped here, but the only significant advantage is that Muzi's still alive. Pino, he's made his way back down site. He's still got a C4 in pocket.
Yeah, that was a great position, I think, for MIBR to actually take up. Being able to hold down Muzi and stopping his rotate from Visa was great. I think Muzi was looking to try and hit them from another angle, and MIBR played into that extremely well. Control firmly in their hand, and Raps has just TK'd Lukid with a breaching round. What? How has that happened? But we move. MIBR now starting to open up that breach, and NIP a bit of a bad position. It is still going to be a 4 versus 4, but look at the HP advantage in favor of MIBR, should I say. But NIP, they're favoring all the kills. Never mind, Reduct out of nowhere finds 2. Felipox with another. A 1 versus 2 Psycho on a sliver of HP. Has to clutch up. Felipox will gather the diffuser, go for the plant. Constant pings coming in as well. Psycho does not know where Reduct is. Now he will, but oh no, he misses a shot. Oh, that's a messy one. It's right there. Get Sophia. No, what is happening, Psycho? Felipox just spraying for everything that he has. Sure, we've mentioned about the potential rotates that could happen, but MIBR, they know about that. They found out the information very early on, and they should have people set up to try and deal with those late flanks. MIBR right now, Ollie, just trying to clear out utility and then eventually go for that plant. And with a severe lack of smoke on the side of NIP, it gives them even more time.
They have got C4s. One of them will be expended there. There's still a couple knocking around, though. Pino has his primed and ready. Question is the information going to be sufficient? Psycho going to find a great kill there over onto Fowls. That's going to leave the diffuser in the corner. Psycho looking to get aggressive onto this. Doesn't have a C4 in his hand. Instead, he's just going to get caught out in the gunfight. Kills continue to trade as Lukid and Reduct need to make an impact here. Reduct coming in from the backside. He's inside of security. Finds himself a double, but the time is going to run out. Reduct goes massive, but it's not enough. NIP, they're going to win it out on time.
Oh, that was close. Again, Messi Ollie into the final stages of that round. No idea where it's going to go. Let everything be tossed in. They have plenty of utility still up. Those 1i discs are still prevalent. And that's a big operator that NIP like to favor. We've seen a lot of teams ban it out against NIP just because of how strong it makes some of their holds. And MIBR, unfortunately for them, they're feeling that full force. Reduct's going to try a hero play, but Muzi, watching the back end, has that on lock, and this clash is going to delay Lukid and his attempt in through the windows. A 2 versus 5, it is extremely difficult to see MIBR winning this one out. Falls and Lukid have to play big. But that clash, Ollie, that feature again for NIP, it's going to cause them issues.
Especially when they get the opening kill, because it takes the pressure off the clash then, because you've still got 4 guns versus 4 guns.
Yeah.
And you've got a human drone that can provide you all this information and slow down a lot of time. So when NIP do play with the clash and they're able to aggressively get that opener, everything just starts to fall into their favor. It's going to be very difficult here for Lukid and fouls to really make anything happen. The location's going to be known through the smoke. One is found as a down, but Lukid comes out, takes down Pino. It isn't going to be enough. Everybody knew that the push was going to come up through yellow stairs, and that's exactly what happened. NIP another round here on the defense.
See the area of expertise for them.
The big problem here is that they've lost Reduct, which means they've lost their smoke grenades. Philippox is going to rotate up the lower blue stairs, and Fowls is going to try and stick a plant here. It doesn't look like there's any information whatsoever as to what is going on. NIP have got an inkling, but it's going to be too little, too late. Psycho goes for a jump out. He's going to be known. Someone please take him down. He's being constantly red ping. Julio, he manages to take down Fowls as Luke is getting a bit scared inside of this engagement. There's going to be two players outside here for NIP as they pick up two frags there onto the players they're going to be holding from the outside. Raps has an angle, has a chance here to try and stave off Julio from defusing this bomb. Julio now going to be looking through upstairs, trying to find that vertical angle, going to get himself onto the disable and try as he might. He has to go for the challenge. He knows he's getting pressured here. Philippox has found him. That's a triple kill. We're locked into a 1 versus 1. Pino is up against Fowls. Philippox again. He's going to clutch things out here for MIBR.
In this round, Reduct.
Ooh, that's a good position.
It's a nice spot and definitely an angle I don't think Pino's going to be ready for. Almost, I thought he was going to go for a little trip into piano. He would have got shot from behind, but no, just sitting tight. I mean, with 30 seconds to go, he doesn't need to really move, Ollie.
I think he knows he's being held there as well because there is the laser sight. Reduct instead going to look to try and drop and apply some pressure from this backside, but the kills start coming in and they come in for NIP. Raps finds one in response. Philippox a second, leveling things up. There's 15 seconds. Fowls has the diffuser and he's pushed all the way on in deep, actually so deep onto Pillar. Now they're going to be inside a cafeteria. Are they going to go for a plant in here? This is pretty much unheard of, coming all the way through the garage. Pino has to make a move. Philippox goes huge yet again here for MIBR. An even split at the heart. Massive. It's actually going to stop the push from coming on in, and it's going to keep them alive for the time being.
MIBR being able to support their roamers with Echo drones, and this has been definitely a highlight of how Echo has developed throughout this competition. He used to be just sit on the site and deny the plant. Now he is being used to assist as many offsite holds as he can. NIP with Capitao in hand will fire out the smokes, and Psycho moving in first, and that will give the cover to Kamikaze going for the defuse plant. Muzi has the cover in yellow stairs. Pino with another at 2 versus 5, and MIBR are in the mud. NIP will get this defuse down successfully, and it has to be a retake, and well, it's going to be a tough one at that. I love that rotation from Psycho, hitting them where it hurts on the backside, and Lukid all by himself above finds an exit frag onto Kamikaze, but cannot find any more moves. A big round for him, stepping up. NIP, they get that first opening pick, and things just work.
MIBR look to rely quite heavily on those C4s. They brought 4 inside of this round, and we've seen 2 now go without an impact. Lukid on the yellow stairs. It's a tough old round here because NIP are continuing to weight this clock down. They know that the pressure is on MIBR here. They don't need to rush in until they've got all of their ducks in a row. And they're just slowly but surely setting that up. Psycho's going to be watching the hatch, and he's going to be a nightmare to try and deal with. Lukid maybe going to be in a position, but Philippox is going to get taken out from said hatch as Psycho puts himself onto a triple kill. Lukid still unsure whether he can challenge or whether he has to watch the breach, but the breach will be open, and Kamikaze is going to look to try and get the plant down. Raps goes huge, finds himself a double. Lukid, he gets a frag over onto Julio, but it is a post plant. Raps has gone massive. He's managed to find another here onto Muzi. It's all down to Kamikaze. He is playing directly on the planted diffuser, put some pre-fire shots down, but his location now being known. This is a 2 versus 1 here. It's very doable for MIBR. Kamikaze is getting a lot of shots put in onto him now, and the pressure is really on. He's trying to stay alive desperately. Nobody yet getting on the disable, but it's going to be Lukid coming in for that final frag. He's having a massive game so far here for MIBR. Yet again, not one round separating these two teams as we level things up 4 apiece.
Raps did incredible. 3 kills in that round, Ollie, plus also being the live bait for that final kill.
Able to gain a little bit of that map control, but here we're still only really seeing players outside on the rappel. We have got Muzi, who's got himself in downstairs. Pino gets an opener over onto Philippox as the run out did come true. I can only imagine that there was a drone on his location there because he was well aware of what was about to happen. Pino, he's going to pick up a second over onto Raps. We are now seeing some of the Capitao utility get tossed on out. Lukid, he gets a massive 2K. Pino and Psycho both are going to fall. Fouls, he gets himself into into an engagement as well as Muzi. He's going to be pushing up the stairs, looking to try and apply a little bit of pressure from elsewhere. The Capitale Firebolt is going to ring on out. That is going to be the last one as well. So Reduct doesn't really have too much to worry about from this point onwards.
Fouls and a great spot on long desk. Is Muzi ready for this? I don't know if he is. Oh no, he is ready for it. Fouls. Preemptively goes for the pre-fire. It actually gave his location away, and Muzi punish him for that. Reduct, a great swing, and now the clash is in full force. Muzi has to try and cover Kamikaze again. NIP looking for that plant, and it seems as if they will get off successfully, but that clash can feed out that information right to Lukid, and he cleans up with a quad. The clash proving so big for MIBR, and Lukid a storm of a round. Ollie, I don't know if you caught this, which we'll see in the replays. Whenever Luke had got that first double kill, did you see how he killed the second person?
It was a collateral?
It was a collateral.
The pressure is going to start to mount now as well, as we're seeing Psycho put some shots down in onto Raps. He does get away for a time. It's one of the first rounds we're actually seeing a smoke be brought here. Philippox responds and gets one back over onto Psycho.
Oh, I love that rotation.
Chooses to take the smoke as a time to rotate, but he does rotate to his end as Pino is able to take him out. Pino's got into sight demo. He's actually directly on the A-bomb chassis. Raps may or may not know this, but it's going to be a very difficult challenge for him to make. Toxic Babe canister is going to get tossed on out, but it's not going to do enough. Kamikaze takes down Lukid. Fouls is going to be watching from above. Fouls has to go massive here, as Raps' moments are almost certainly numbered. Fouls with the drop and the swing. Can he find the frag? No, just a lot of damage in onto Pino. Goes for the run out, gets taken down by Kamikaze. Raps now in the 1 versus 3.
Raps, a big ask. Can you do it? Here comes a swing in through Piano, and that's an easy cleanup for Kamikaze. NIP pull back, they got the opening pick, and it was a much more convincing round. I have to highlight the kill that I think kind of made that round for NIP. It had to be Pino swinging into Piano, and you'll see hopefully in the replays, the kill that he got onto Philippox. That was the important one for me.
That breach. So he gets himself into position now. Julio looking to deploy Capitale's utility on through. This is really shaping up to be a plant with all 10 players left alive, as Psycho has creeped his way in, but Philippox finds the frag over onto Muzi. Fouls a second. This is being held all the way back. It's being held from deep here by MIBR, and the kills continue to come on in. Fouls with a C4 onto the ceiling. Not going to find anyone, as NIP do take a moment to respond and level things up. The diffuser still in the hands of Kamikaze. Lukid maybe looking for a bit of an aggressive run out here. Reduct needs to get himself up toward that breach. Kamikaze threatening to get that diffuser down is going to be enough for Lukid to make that rotation, find the kill vertically. He isn't instantly challenged. That's the diffuser surrendered on the floor. Lukid's got a chance at a second, but Pino comes in massive. There's an eternity of time left here, considering we're dealing with NIP, as it is a 2 versus 2. Just over 25 seconds left to go. The diffuser, we can see, is going to be at the front of that white van, but Julio is locked down. He's waiting for Pino. Pino is going to have to go massive here. He's going to get caught out on the default camera. Is anybody in a position to respond? Yes, they are. The downs found by Raps, as Julio is going to be pushing his way on through. It's going to be a fruitless endeavor likely at this point. He has a clash to deal with. Raps picks the final kill up, confirms the one from earlier. That puts MIBR onto a match point.
MIBR, they're happy enough to sit back and let them plan out their take, because they have plenty of tricks up their sleeve still. They have roamers galore ready to pounce at a moment's notice. They have the downstairs control from Fouls, and here comes the Candelas.
Fouls is going to be able to find a really big frag there onto Psycho as he tries to make his way on in. Julio will respond as the players from MIBR are scrambling to get into a position to defend this site. The diffuser is now going to be down. It's going to make things very difficult here for NIP. Muzi going to be the last man standing inside of the 1 versus 4. He's going to be pushing himself in through the bottom of Spiral. His location is seemingly known as he pre-fires his way on through. Philippox doesn't quite manage to finish the kill. A second attempt is going to be had, but Reduct with the swing. MIBR, they are going to take map 1 here against NIP.
Through the vent, you see that quite a bit as well. But for MIBR, slow as it gets, I think they've found out that there is a man lurking below, which will be Julio, who tries a quick swing and finds the opening kill. Foul's not ready for him. Lukid, you have to be there to support your man. You have to try and get that refrag, as Julio gets the kill, Ollie, but he's still stuck in a very bad position.
He's not going to be too disheartened as the C4 is going to get tossed on out, but I believe it did get destroyed. Felipox takes a good chunk of damage as well. The advantage here firmly with NIP after 2 opening kills there. It's not only removed Reduct, but it's removed the smokes on the Jackal as well. It's something we've often seen from MIBR to cut off lines of sight and assist them in getting that plant down. That's going to be something that's a lot harder to do here and now as Raps, he's going to aggressively push on through, but Pino is there to take him on down. Lukid again, just going to be taking this Toxic Babe canister gas as he looks to push up here onto Vars, but he knows he's about to be swung. It's going to be a flawless here from NIP.
Taking down the Cool Vibe stairs, it gives you access then into the main courtyard, which will then give you access to the quad wall. So it is a good place for them to be, and as you can see, they have the rotations moving in, but they still have Raps ready to move in and trying to support the Diffuser, who is now being killed. They do not have the Diffuser in hand. They've lost their carrier, and now Files and Raps have to make up for it.
A difficult situation to be in for sure. 2 versus 4 here as Raps has recovered the Diffuser. Can take a little bit of damage there onto Kamikaze. Files is in a position, but again, nobody from the side of NIP needs to move. The angles that they are holding are going to be sufficient. A peek of a head is all that it's going to take. Psycho to fall, but the swing from Kamikaze, he was not wasting any time there. Muzi taking advantage of the chaos inside of Office, able to get the long-range kill all the way through into Sauna. NIP looking sharp here on the defense.
NIP have attempted to hold in towards the theater and the bedroom. This is something that we see quite a lot, but the way that they've set it up, I love the addition of bringing in the Aruni, having the gates to try and delay out the utility, and there's the 2 quick kills already for both sides, and it will be a 4 versus 4. We're seeing the Sophia be killed off again, which has been quite a big operator that MIBR have relied on, and Julio tries his hand, but he himself gets shut down. Moves in the opposite end, finds 2 for himself. Oh my word, 5 players already killed off within the first minute, and another add-on to that. 6 people lie dead.
Much better here from MIBR in terms of trading out these opening engagements. They're getting themselves in the gunfights, and they are winning them. Felipox with a long-range shot there, all the way from Blue Bar into main lobby. Psycho with the trade. Over half the round remaining, and yet we find ourselves in the 1 versus 1. Felipox, he clutched out inordinately over on Coastline. Can he do it again? Yes, he can. He finds the frag onto Psycho. Felipox today, he's on another level.
Distraction, but I mean, hey, they don't really need it. I mean, they have all they would want, and if they want to try and gun with the SMGs, of course, the SMG-11, we've talked about how gifted LATAM is with that weapon. But there are some circumstances where the SMG can get the better off you sometimes.
I think you just need more ammo sometimes, don't you? Especially with the way these engagements are coming down. The drone work here from MIBR is thorough, and it's going to result in a kill onto Muzi. He's been shut down straight away, but they continue to trade on back and forth. We can barely get a perspective from a player that isn't dropping immediately or doing the dropping. Lukid finds the frag onto Pino. A 2 versus 2 yet again. Halfway through the round, Lukid's on fire. He picks up a triple. Julio has to make a rotation here, up Cool Vibe stairs and shut down this push. Felipox, he's going to be getting the plant down. Pre-fires are coming in from both sides. Julio doesn't have much intel to work with. No C4 in hand, and the plant will be confirmed. Now, everybody knows that he's coming up these Cool Vibe stairs, but nobody on the side of MIBR willing to move just yet. Instead, looking to try and generate a crossfire. It's not even going to be required. Felipox comes in massive there with the final frag. Still not clear cut here for either side, as the round does hang in a balance. With this upstairs control, Raps can start to open up the floor and exploit some of these angles. Felipo's going to look to try and pressure in onto Blue. Needs to be mindful of the window that Psycho will be playing inside of Sunrise, as there is a nice angle that can be found through there. For a time being, it's droning is going to be the order of the day as final bits of information are gathered here. Still plenty of drones alive for MIBR for them to do so with, but time is what is going to be dwindling. 20 seconds on the clock and still a push to materialize. Rap's going to be looking to try and find some success. He gets a glimpse of a head there, but Julio is just better. A quick double peek. We'll see Raps fall. He's now able to pre-fire onto players that are going to be pushing in through Blue as the plant is being attempted, but it is likely going to be stopped. Only 5 seconds remain here. Kamikaze does what he needs to do, finding those final 2, and NIP risk that we see play out here. There's actually focus on maybe trying to get this diffuser down, heaven forbid, which isn't something that we've seen be a focus yet from MIBR inside of this map. Floor going to be opened there. It's going to give Julio a nice line of sight. Psycho, he's going to take down Fowls from that balcony area. As you can see, Fowles just behind on the sofa. Kamikaze going to double down on it as well with a kill onto Lukid and a second over onto Raps. As quickly as it started, it was all over. A flawless for NIP. They're going to finish at a 4-2 split this time.
It's a very difficult bomb site to hold if you're in the bomb site. It's very similar to what we see in a map like Cafe, where Kitchen, just so much vertical action comes in, and it's so difficult to really stick your neck in and try and stop diffusers going down.
I'm not sure if Luki got misdroned a little bit earlier on, but it looks as though we're going to be framing up for a plant regardless. Pino with a frag grenade down, it's going to force Fowles to move. He's no longer able to play back. He's got to play all out and aggressive. A rotation here from both Redux and Luki as they now look to try and retake onto this top floor. Find one over onto Muzi. The shotgun at close range for Fowles is going to see Kamikaze down as the diffuser will be cold now. It's down to Psycho to recover that. And with only 20 seconds left, something has to happen here for NIP, but Fowles playing aggressively onto that service door, able to make the shotgun sing and find the frags. Julio, he's the last man standing. Lukid with the swing. Rotate on out. He has had to exit the site though. He's going to be feeling the pinch of that, as there isn't a lot of presence currently from these defenders in the site. A beautifully timed nade there from Muzi, working off the back of that information. Raps, he lives to fight another day, and he has actually taken down the Nomad after their opening exchange. Control of the site is in the hands of NIP, however. C4 is going to be threatened as Redux is going to be on the flank. Upstairs finds himself a frag. Raps will fall as Muzi is going to be on for a double. The diffuser has been planted, and MIBR need to try and retake this.
MIBR, a big ask for you. I know it's going to be an even bigger one now as Kamikaze behind the bomb chassis finds Fowles. And now it's going to be a 1 versus 3. Never mind, a 0 versus 3. NIP able to hold on to that one, and they respond. Ollie, a great attack. Muzi, double window. Great position to be in. Cover off anyone trying to rush in towards Billards, and I think NIP have realized and looked at setup and thought, hey, they've reinforced this wall. We can easily walk in, and the nades start ringing fire. Reduct is eliminated. This is a great setup from NIP, and the diffuser's going down in the midst of that. And MIBR, they've been costed. That wall being reinforced has gave NIP the green light to move in and get that diffuser down, and it has to be a retake. Kamikaze somehow still alive, and he's on his belly, fighting for everything he can, but 2 quick kills from MIBR has equaled things up in a 3 versus 3. Muzi off the rotate now. He's going to try and flank around towards the hookah balcony, hold down that diffuser, which is currently being stuck by Raps. Can he get this diffuse down? Julio has to rush in. The diffuser has came off, and now it's going to be very scrappy, and NIP just have to sit and wait the pressure on MIBR, and it's too much for them. Lukid gets eliminated. NIP seeing the weaknesses from MIBR.
As the smoke, he has 2 Toxic Babe canisters left and is looking to deploy them on that doorway. He played aggressively previously on the doorway and was able to gain some success with the shotgun. Kamikaze, a stun and a swing, but it won't result in anything for now.
5-5, this is setting up to be a typical NIP take, but how clean can they execute? Looks as if they have a rotate. Now over towards Sunrise and trying to target another area. Is the Iana clone? No, it has spotted him out, and now that's good information. Reduct, it's fake, and a bit of a stare down as well from Reduct, realizing that he has been baited out by the Gemini. But on the other end of it, NIP have struggled. MIBR have picked up 2 kills for their troubles, and Kamikaze trying his best to force his way through. Drops to the belly. It is going to be the smoke, and Fowles eliminates Kamikaze. A 2 versus 5, and Muzi tries his best, but not going to be close enough to it. And Julio stuck in the clutch scenario, and that's going to be a difficult one for him to deal with. 5 seconds to go, and still 5 players up for MIBR. They respond, Ollie. A good round from MIBR, just to settle the nerves, and 2 rounds away from overtime. 1 nade still left for Pino. He's going to have to make it count and eliminate this man behind the bomb chassis, and he does. That's a great nade, and NIP needed that one. A 4 versus 4. Lukid still managed to find the opening pick. Let's see if MIBR can hold on to this one without the lack of Reduct holding down the fort.
They still have fouls and they still have 2 Toxic Babe canisters to deploy, and with 30 seconds left, that's going to do a lot to deny the access here for NIP. You can hear that canister go on out as Kamikaze takes some damage, but he is going to be sticking that plant, looking to try and get it down under the cover of Psycho as he takes down Fouls, as Fouls looks to move on into a position. This could be it here for NIP. The kills, they keep on coming. Lukid, he's one shot. He's going to be on the Cool Vibe stairs, desperately trying to search out an angle to hold, but there is nobody that's looking to try and push him. This post plant has been considered and it has been set up beautifully. Muzi does get himself down and out. Raps with the comeback, finds a triple. It's all down to Julio in 20 seconds. We will decide whether NIP advance or not here and take us to Clubhouse. He has to push on through aggressively. Julio goes for the swing. He makes it happen. NIP, they take Coastline here. We are going guaranteed to all 3 maps.
Into Clubhouse.
It's shaping up to be a good old classic bloodbath in the final few moments, as we do see some shots exchanged there, as Kamikaze is going to lose a couple of points of health. Frag grenades now being tossed down through the hatch by Raps as he looks to try and find some success and root the player out of Generator. Felipox will drone that and confirm it now to be clear, but the angle is still being held. An engagement on the main stairs. Muzi will take down Reduct, as Reduct didn't have sufficient intel there, as the drones have dwindled for MIBR and they've not been able to actively make use of that information. It's looking a little bit scary for them here. It's looking like we could be seeing a kitchen hatch drop, and with Muzi directly underneath it, you better know he's going to take advantage of it. He finds himself one, doesn't manage to find himself a second yet as the push comes in from over behind blue, and that will be successful for MIBR, so much so that it is now a 2 versus 2. Psycho has the pistol in hand, but it is not going to be enough for Felipox. He's looking to clutch out yet again and will do so. 2 quick kills to finish things off. The timer demo, it was hitting 1 second.
As the Toxic Babe, there goes the nade, but it's not going to be able to ricochet well enough, and Kamikaze ready to play with fire, but he gets shot down. Psycho, can he have the refrag? Him and Fouls having a bit of a battle, but no, it's not going to be the case. He falls back. MIBR, they lose yet again another engagement, but they are inside the bomb site. Lucan has made a push down blue, but he himself gets shot down. Felipox is trying to give the cover. He's trying to fight back and help his teammate. Can he find another kill? Yes, he can. No, he doesn't. He actually misses that one. Fouls goes massive. A triple kill for him in the round, but the long angle from Julio is enough to finish off Felipox. And now Pino, can he flank through blue? Can he nail this kill onto Fouls? A 1 versus 2, and yes, they can. NIP able to salvage the round. Again, another close call, but NIP able to stand tall in Garage, and anyone stuck inside of Cash will now be stuck in Cash. There is no rotations available for NIP. So NIP have to try and fight as hard as they can, and this is where it comes down to the rotations, and Psycho with a double kill. Muzi also jumps onto 1, and MIBR were in a great position, and they've all just been slaughtered at the foot of the staircase. What a round from NIP! Look at that! Look at the emotion! Giving it the big one!
For a bit of an alternate angle. 2 magnets now in place, but there will be no more, as Reduct does find Psycho as the opening kill inside of this round.
Look at Luca though, he's in a great position to cover off anyone trying to move in towards Jim. Julio has been able to shut down the defuse. Carrier Raps though has responded with a kill onto Julio. And NIP Kamikaze pushing for his own smoke, able to eliminate Lukin. Oh, and a great shot from Kamikaze! What a play from the smoke! Muzi also finds another, and Felipox, the man for MIBR, has the all to do. Diffuser cold inside a Jim. Can he pull this one off, Ollie?
Got a lot of work to do here, but we've seen Felipox clutch multiple rounds so far today. He's going to choose to use his lifeline, see if he can gather any information. He does have drones available to him, but he doesn't have a lot of time. 35 seconds are all that he's got to work with, and conscious of these frost mats, he needs to try and make this play perfectly. Looking to push it on through construction now, still desperately pre-aiming and searching out every conceivable angle. He's going to be going up against Muzi and Kamikaze here. And they've set themselves up a nice little crossfire in the site. They know where the diffuser is. 15 seconds are all that lie before NIP and another round here, and Felipox has to be a difference maker. He's going to push on in now into Bathroom, get himself in the engagement. The pre-fire from Muzi, it was just a little bit too good as NIP continue their storm here on defense. Down in towards blue. As time continues to tick, we're at the 30-second mark now. Raps has chosen to make his way in through Dirt Tunnel. A late rotate from there can often prove worth in these dying few moments, as players seldom actually challenge onto there as the round does progress. Lukid gets caught out there by a goo mine at the bottom of main, and that's going to give the game away. It allows Kamikaze to generate a line of sight. The kills start to trade, but Psycho finds himself too. He's now on for a triple. Kamikaze picks up Lukid, and it's all down to Felipox. He's clutched many rounds before. Can he clutch this one? Finds one onto Psycho. 2 seconds left. We've been here before, Demo, but I don't think it's going to happen again as NIP, they take the round.
A bit of aggression going on in the actual bomb site. It kind of scares away MIBR from peeking the windows. Talking about peeking, a quick peek in towards Garage is enough for Redact to eliminate Muzi, but Psycho coming from behind, can he pull off another great flank? He was brilliant in this position the last time, and barely misses out on a kill, but that's good information, realizing that the man has had to drop in towards Oil Pit, and now he's ready for this challenge.
Psycho did a lot of damage there from that exact same location. It's getting drone now on these blue stairs. He's in a bit of a do or die. He has to choose to either aggress or push on back, but he's being held from multiple angles. But time is not on the attacker's side here. They cannot afford to give these frags away. Psycho, despite being flashed there with the lifeline, will find the kill over onto Reduct. Yet again, one of the opening deaths on the side of MIBR. Toxic Babe canisters now going to slow the rollers. Fouls has to push on into sight. There's only 10 seconds left. A C4 is going to see him dead and gone, as Lukid's going to fall as well to a headshot. Raps covers the diffuser. The diffuser is a death trap. Everybody that had hold of that thing down.
Hit and run techniques. You know, they've got five-star wanted level. They're running away. They're trying to get out of there and see if they can find any more kills. And Reduct ready with the shotgun. Psycho not expecting that one. 3 versus 5 now, and Ollie, we asked to see something from MIBR, and well, they've heard us.
It could be the start of something, that is for sure. Lukid going to double down and find a kill over onto Muzi. Julio nading out on the stairs, ends up pre-firing the body. That's
Psycho, don't shoot him.
I mean, that's how jittery NIP are inside of these engagements. It's shaping up to be a flawless here, as Julio is going to be the last man standing. He's being pre-fired as well. Felipox with the bullet holes on Ash Rush spot. A flawless round for MIBR. They could not have asked for more inside of that. We're going to go for a bit of a run out. We do see players downed in the process. Lukid finds the frag there. All important kill onto the diffuser carrier. With a minute left, it's going to put the pressure here on. Muzi gets the trade. That's now going to render the diffuser able to be recovered, as Raps' little run out didn't net him any success. An equal 3 versus 3 here. Psycho now with full garage control. He can look to progress on up and challenge onto the window. He knows there's going to be a player at the top of the cache stairs and aggressively pushes his way on through. He's looking for gunfights here, and he is out for blood. Pushing his way all the way up onto the cache door. Felipox does take down Muzi, so for the time being, MIBR can breathe a sigh of relief, but they don't have a great deal left in terms of denial. Felipox, he takes down Psycho. There's still a C4 in hand, but it won't be required. Reduct is going to get himself in very shortly and look to try and plant that diffuser. Reduct holding a pretty hard angle there, looking to try and stave off the push. Psycho, he has the Candela cooked. It's going to detonate almost instantly, and he pushes in off the back of it, finding Reduct. Doesn't manage to get the second though, as Fouls shuts him down on that approach. Still cautious and conscious of the hatch into logistics. Fouls can't rest on his laurels off the back of one singular kill, as the advantage here is still with NIP. Kamikaze looking now to confirm the plan, but the C4 will deny from below, at least enough to down Kamikaze. That's going to do quite a lot here for NIP to slow down their push. Pino now looking to make his way through. He's inside of cache. He needs to get through construction and into logistics really to have a significant impact here. Lukid going to be holding the hard angle, but isn't aware of Pino's presence. Fouls hits himself on for a double kill, as it's now a 2 versus 3. Fouls has gone massive. He's on for the ace here. Pino is the only player that stands between him and said ace. 35 seconds left to play. A lot of time really for both players to be working with. Felipox could come and try and support as well. There's live ping information as the shotgun's fired out. A full white flash player is going to be enough. Fouls! He hits the ace. He was full white flash in that circumstance. You are always going to be able to get that hatch open as Hibana. In this day and age, it's going to be very seldom that you're unable to do so. And with that, the hatch will be getting unopened. Info gathered as well, as with no kill out there on the roam and instead suffering the opening death, it's going to make things very difficult here when the pressure starts to come in. Psycho, he's going to be on side of main stairs looking to try and make an impact. Moves through into Memorial. Hit your shots, please. Does find the kill over onto Felipox. It puts him on a double for the round as the kills continue to trade. Fouls and Lukid are stepping up big, and Julio is going to shut Fouls down. has a nade and has a chance, tosses it on through into blue, but Raps and Lucan are doing too well. Raps will find the final two. MIBR continue the streak here on defense, not letting up an inch.
They're doing it. They're making it happen. MIBR, just say thank you to Lucan. He pulled off a blinder for a kill.
Puts the pressure onto NIP because despite that garage control, with the way that we see MIBR positioned here, they've got themselves deep into cash. Now they're doing that because they have 2 C4s to work with and 2 Toxic Babe canisters left. So even if NIP are able to make ingress through, it's still going to be quite difficult. There is information for Pino, and if he wins this engagement downstairs, he could look to try and work vertically and assist his team. 2 kills will go in favor of NIP as they look to lock in a match point, but no, the fight back is there. For Leapox and Fowls, they managed to find a couple of kills. Fowls is going to be now in the 1 versus 2 as he aggresses on up. Doesn't look to be working off all too much intel. Muzi's going to be the next man on his hit list, and he finds him, and with it the diffuser. The C4 gets tossed on out, but Pino gets out of the way in time. It's going to be a head-to-head gunfight. Pino's going to win it. NIP, match and a series point.
And we've seen what happened the last time NIP tried to go for a plant. It did not work for them. This time, I think they're going to realize that. Never mind, Muzi has decided to jump in, and it's cost him. Fowls is able to shut him down. NIP once again falling apart. They cannot attack this gym. NIP all down to Julio, and Fowls in that position. He doesn't lose those. Overtime is where we're headed. MIBR refuse to be kicked to the curb. They're still standing.
Everybody alive. There's plenty of utility available on both sides, but there is only 1 C4 left for Raps. Still some Toxic Babe canisters that can be used to try and deny a little bit of this push, but it looks as though Church Wall is going to be open for the first time here. Raps going to be playing behind the bar, looking to maybe spring up and take the element of surprise. Julio going to be looking to push in through Memorial as well, but Fowls, he's going to be playing aggressive onto this. No, he doesn't see him. He does. He finds Kamikaze, gets the shotgun. He's on top of the box. Fowls, how have you gotten away with this? He finds himself 2 kills.
Fowls, unbelievable play, just swings the breach. Kills 2 players in NIP. Oh my word, they've been caught out again. Fowls, the monster. NIP trying their best. Pino has to find 2 in 5 seconds, but look who's waiting for him. Fowls is ready, and he gets it again. Bodega, oh, he's loving it. He loves Fowls. Who doesn't love Fowls?
Yet. There's a comment that we've made multiple times now as kills continue to go in NIP's favor. Muzi, he finds one onto Lucan. He's going to get himself into another engagement here, but Fowls comes out better, finding that headshot and some damage over onto Julio. But Julio's aggressively pushing round. Is Fowls going to be ready for this? Shots are being exchanged. That's diffuser on the ground. Julio, the C4 stuck to the wall. It is going to matter because Felipox hops his way on in, taking him down, recovering the diffuser and bringing us to a 2 versus 2. Felipox, he doesn't have a lot of health to speak of. Now is the time to gather the information. Now is the time to formulate this final push, but with the tools that NIP have at their disposal, it is heavily weighted that they will come away with this round.
MIBR up against Kamikaze and Pino. The dual SMGs waiting for them. They will now open up that Memorial hatch, and Felipox perhaps thinking of diving into blue will eliminate that Banshee, but I think at this stage, Ollie, need to try and double up and stick together as a team, and especially with Felipox, 1 inhale of that smoke, he's gone. They need to play this to perfection, but it's very, very difficult.
When you say that, there's only 1 smoke left, and it is going to get used right about now. It's going to cut off blue for a couple more moments. We've seen Felipox clutch before. Can he do it here when the odds are just so great? Raps has pushed himself on in, finds the frag over onto Pino. It's now all down to Kamikaze. There's 3 seconds left. Felipox did recover the diffuser and is going to have to try and stick it. Kamikaze, he's going to aggress on through. He's inside of Memorial, takes the challenge. Can he win out the gunfight? Yes, he can. We're going all the way. Kamikaze! He's kept NIP in this. We're going to go to maximum overtime.
Kamikaze flies through Moto into the bomb site, picks up the double kill via the collateral.
Try and make some sort of a use of it. There is going to be pressure coming in below. Pino, instead of being on the book, is going to be on the sledge and makes the nade land. He knows that he's got the player down. A second nade going to come in and likely finish off the player as the shots ring through the wall. Kamikaze will secure the kill. 4 versus 3 now in favor of NIP. Fowls, he's got to show us what he means with this Tachanka now, as it really needs to stick.
It does. NIP slowly progressing into the bomb site as much as they can, starting to creep in through the rafters. More Molotovs being tossed out, but with 40 seconds, this is where NIP can now go for the defuse. Kamikaze trying to bait it from below, maybe just baiting out anything that he can. More Molotovs trying to sanction off that area off the breach. A stun goes in and Julio starts to creep up the back stairs. The alarm goes off, but nobody's home for MIBR. NIP have taken the bomb site by storm. Falls has managed to get a kill with a Molotov, but Philippe Potts is all by himself, and he has no hope for salvaging it for MIBR. NIP finally get the attack they're looking for, and they book themselves into the grand final.
NIP will advance there with a one-map advantage into our grand finals tomorrow. Look at just how much this means for the team. That was not an easy game by any stretch of the imagination. MIBR stood up tall there inside of that grueler. It took all available rounds in the last map, all 3 maps, to determine who was the better team out of these two. But NIP are your team, your first team that will be locked in to tomorrow's finals.